Well, howdy, y'all. Welcome back to the Poorly Educated Podcast, where we bring you the latest news with a side of cornbread, a splash of sweet tea, and about as much political insight as you can get sitting on a Walmart lawn chair out behind the Bass Pro Shop. Today's news is a wild one. Global uprisings, assassinations, billion-dollar robot deals, airlines falling out the sky like ducks in deer season, and India playing cricket like it's the Super Bowl. So buckle in, because this ride's bumpier than my cousin Earl's F-150 with 3 bald tires and a spare donut. Segment 1, Nepal goes full redneck revolt. Nepal's Gen Z crowd done rose up after the government banned Facebook, YouTube, and all them social apps. Imagine telling a 20-year-old they can't post a TikTok. That's like telling me I can't put hot sauce on my gas station burrito. It ain't just wrong, it's fighting words. So the kids stormed Parliament, lit it up like a 4th of July bonfire, and next thing you know, the Prime Minister quit faster than my Uncle Larry quit keto. They said they didn't want violence, they just wanted a voice. Buddy, you got one now. It's called screaming at the cops while tossing Molotovs. Meta joke here. If TikTok gets banned here, we ain't protesting. We're just gonna have to watch our uncles line dancing on VHS again. Lord help us. Segment 2, Mexico, Korea, and the Trump tariff rodeo. Mexico's raising tariffs on Asian goods. South Korea is saying, hey America, fix your visas or we ain't investing. Meanwhile, Trump gets on TV and says, America first don't mean India last. That's the most polite thing Trump said since he complimented a Taco Bell employee for handing him extra napkins. Now the Philippines told China to shove their wildlife reserve idea, and North Korea's already got the daughter of Kim Jong-un lined up like it's a twisted version of Duck Dynasty meets Game of Thrones. I swear, global politics looks less like chess and more like one of them Waffle House brawls. Everybody flipping chairs and nobody wearing shoes. Segment 3, Charlie Kirk, assassination and America's divide. Back home, the biggest story, Charlie Kirk, conservative activist, got shot in Utah. That's darker than a blackout at a moonshine still. Folks found bullet casings with, hey fascist, catch, scribbled on them. That's not just violent, it's petty arts and crafts hour gone wrong. Trump comes out, calls for the death penalty, and uses the tragedy to throw gas on the fire. Instead of calling for unity, he basically said, let's rumble. And Kirk's widow promised to keep fighting in his name. Y'all, this ain't politics no more. It's like Hatfields versus McCoys, except both sides got Twitter accounts and AR-15. Meta moment. Remember when political fights were just awkward Thanksgiving dinners? Now it's live ammo. I miss the days when the worst thing said at a rally was, your mullet looks stupid. Segment 4. India. Politics and punching bags. India's got their own mess. Modi said something nice about an RSS leader, and Congress actually praised him. That's like Ford drivers saying, you know what? That Chevy's not so bad. Meanwhile, tax raids in 5 states, and they're still trying to get stranded citizens out of Russia. But forget the drama. India's athletes are whooping tail worldwide. A 15-year-old girl in archery made the pre-quarterfinals, some boxers grabbed medals, badminton stars kept pushing forward, and the cricket team stomped the UAE. One guy said, every ball is a story. Man, when I play softball, every ball is a sad country song. 3 strikes, and I'm back on the bleachers drinking Busch Light. And on September 18th, India's javelin star Neeraj Chopra is facing off with Pakistan's Arshad Nadeem. That ain't just a game. That's 2 neighbors with history throwing pointy sticks at each other, but in a friendly way this time. Bless sports for being the one place rivalries don't end with nukes. Segment 5. Markets. India smiles, America sweats. Indian stock markets are jumping like frogs in a rainstorm. Nifty sitting near 25,000, ready to bust through like my cousin busted into Golden Corral at 10:59 a.m. Meanwhile, the U.S. is struggling. United Airlines' CEO says Spirit Airlines is grounded for good. Honestly, Spirit's whole business model's like, want to fly for $19? Cool, your seat's a folding chair, and if you want oxygen, that's $30 extra. Insurance costs making home ownership scarier than hunting gators with a slingshot, but at least Social Security checks are getting a cost-of-living bump. That's nice, because grandma can finally afford the name brand beans instead of great value. Segment 6, Tech Tales, Hike Dies, OpenAI soars. Big tech news, hike apps shut down worldwide. Turns out betting your whole company on real money gaming in India is like betting your rent money on NASCAR rain delays. Just ain't smart. Founder said regulatory clarity matters. Buddy, clarity matters for a lot of things, like when my cousin put diesel in a Honda Civic. But while Hike croaked, OpenAI strutted in like the homecoming queen. They struck a $100 billion deal with Microsoft, creating some weird non-profit for profit hybrid thing. Basically, it's like saying, we're here to save humanity, but also please buy the deluxe subscription for $19.99 a month. This new Stargate project they're building sounds like Skynet's cousin. I swear, in 10 years, we'll be sitting here saying, remember when I just drew funny cat pictures? Now it's running the DMV Segment 7 sports grab bag. In America, high school football teams like Pendleton Heights and Tri-West are crushing it. Meanwhile, the NHL's setting aside $4 million for old players' health care. Good for them, because if anybody needs a doctor, it's the fella who got hit with a hockey puck in 1978 and never saw straight again. And Brittany Force, queen of drag racing, is retiring. She's been tearing up tracks faster than my Uncle Terry tears up his transmission. Respect where it's due. In conclusion, so what did we learn today, folks? Nepal's kids proved if you take away TikTok, they'll burn down the Capitol. Trump proved unity is overrated if you got Fox News airtime. India's athletes are showing more pride than a possum at a trash buffet. Spirit Airlines is circling the drain. And robots are about to run our lives. But don't worry. At least they'll be non-profit while they do it. That's your poorly educated podcast for today, September 13th, 2025. I'm going to go crack open a cold one because keeping up with this world is like chasing a greased pig at the county fair. Messy, confusing, but darn entertaining.